During your stay, the attentive and highly trained staff will help you rediscover the true meaning of relaxation and locate your inner harmony. Well, don't look too excited.
I am excited. It just doesn't feel right with Charlie paying, that's all.
I thought he offered.
He did.
Well, I wish someone would give me a free.
I tampered with the scales. I fixed it so that Shelley'd be the right weight.
You're joking.
No.
And there was me thinking you were Miss Goody Two-Shoes.
It's not funny, Sarah.
All set?
Yeah, you name it, I've packed it.
Just think, a few hours from now, you and Sunita could be lying in a seaweed bath drinking a glass of champagne.
I know, it's fantastic.
Yeah, all right, no need to gloat. I'd kill for a few days away from here.
Well, Charlie's working all the hours God sends to pay for it.
Yeah, 'cause he loves you. Somehow I don't think the health spa will be as seen. Anyway, you'll have a fab time with Sunita. Hey, don't worry about a thing. I'll keep my eye on him, and if he gets too miserable, then I'll just do my Shirley Bassey impersonation.
You can pan fry it or poach it in a bit of milk and butter. Then once the fish becomes translucent, then you know it's done.
Look at you, translucent. You should have your own cooking show. You struck gold when you met her, Ash. See you later.
Are you trying to put me out of business?
Just made a suggestion.
You gave her a recipe for fish.
There was a lot of meat on a shopping list.
Yeah, and if my dad were here...
Well, he isn't. I am. And I think it's important that people have balanced diets. If you don't like it, Ashley,
Hey,
then
I love having you here. You know that.
I promise I'll remember my place in future.
Oh, well, thank God for that.
What are you doing behind there, Claire?
Don't worry, it's nothing fishy.
Can I just pick those pork pies up, Ash?
Ah, she's just filling in for me, Dad.
Just for today.
All right, well, I hope he's paying you.
Doing it as a favour.
Slave labour, more like.
I said she could have stayed at home if she wanted.
Oh, well, she don't want to be a kept woman, does she?
Thank you, Maria.
Hey, what's wrong with being kept?
I only said you didn't have to rush back to work, that's all.
What, and you turned him down? Flipping heck, Claire, are you mad? What's the point in having women's liberties if you can't take a few? Yeah, all right. See you later.
The bloke won't take her in. Do you know how hard it is to get Violet on her own?
You wouldn't know what to do with her even if you could, would you? Man and mouse.
I've been invaded. They're taking over my life, Charlie.
First of all, you haven't got much of a life to take over.
Oh, well, thanks, pal.
Secondly, what the hell are you complaining about? You got a bloke living with you who'd never tried on with your girlfriend, and a girlfriend who actually gets on with your mum. Do you know the amount of grief I've had?
Yeah, well, this is about me.
It's always about you. And if you listen really carefully, mate, you can hear me playing the world's smallest violin.
Ashley, I'm warning you.
Come and give Mr. Piggy a kiss.
You're going to get a punch in the chops if you're not careful.
What's a pig's favourite film?
I don't know, and I don't care.
From Russia. Well off.
That's so rubbish.
You know what? I've really enjoyed today.
Let's just say it's been different.
Yeah, well, maybe we could have a word with my dad. So you get a part-time job here.
Ashley, I don't want to be a butcher. In fact, I'm thinking about becoming a vegetarian.
I just like having you around.
I'm a qualified nanny. That's what I do.
Yeah, I know. But it's how we met.
What's all this about?
I'll just miss you, that's all. I'll get finished up in back.
Have you got our birth certificates? You want to do this right, don't you?
Yes, but preferably this decade.
I'm ready.
All set for the big day?
We're only setting the date, love.
Yeah, I know. It's just marriage is such a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I don't know what she's more happy about, our marriage or Steve's divorce.
Well, that is a tough one.
You shouldn't gloat, you know, Tracy. I know how you feel about Karen, but it must be very difficult for Steve.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm going to be a shoulder to cry on or a rock to cling to.
Schadenfreude isn't a particularly attractive trait.
Yeah, well, it might be if I actually knew what that meant.
It's a German word that means taking pleasure in the misfortune of others.
Oh, lighten up, will ya? Only joking.
Oh, believe me, Steve won't be laughing.
He might be vulnerable for a week or two, but don't mistake that for weakness.
You know, you two really know how to take the wind out of a girl's sails.
A sight to gladden the heart. Husband and wife together in the yoke of labour. And it set me to thinking.
Oh, yeah? What about?
About the sign o'er this fine establishment. Elliot and family has a certain ring to it, don't you think?
That's how it starts.
How does it end?
Don't ask. What the hell have you got in this suitcase?
Where do you think all the weight I lost went to?
Have you got everything?
I think she's brought the wardrobe.
Swimsuit?
Oh, hang on a minute.
Unbelievable.
You really don't have to pay for me.
It's all part of the deal. Shell would never have done it without you. Losing all that weight has done a confidence wonder. She looks great, and more importantly, she feels great. She's like a new woman.
It's a lot of money.
It's a bargain at half the price. Now then, look after my girl.
Oh, Charlie.
I will, and thanks again.
My pleasure.
I'll ring you when I get there.
You have a great time. Come back even more gorgeous.
I'll miss you.
You too. Go on, get in. Bye.
Goldfinger! Should not be gone long.
I know. Guess I'll have to find a way to cope.
You all right, love?
I had a weird dream last night. We were on a beach somewhere hot. It was me and Karen, and I asked her to marry me. She said yes, and we got married in a big church.
Then what happened?
We got married. So, yesterday, I got a letter saying we were getting divorced.
Oh, Steve, I'm so sorry.
Well, it was bound to happen.
Do you want to talk about it? Do you know, I've never understood dreams myself. The other night, I caught Kevin Keegan in our kitchen pinching Eccles cakes.
Well, be honest.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you look beautiful.
Oh, you always know exactly the right thing to say.
Well, you do.
Well,
A March wedding.
that's a start, I suppose.
You could at least pretend to be happy about it.
I'm saving it up for the wedding. New frock.
Yeah, she looks lovely, doesn't she?
Looks expensive. You'd think that with the number of times you two have married, you wouldn't be short of glad rags.
I don't know what you want, Blanche. You've been hassling us into getting married, and now we are treating it like a wake.
Let's see what the day brings, shall we?
Ever the optimist.
Well, no one's forcing you to be there.
Oh, I'll be there. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You can open them now. I got it for Bethany.
She's always wanted a doll's house.
Well, that answers my first question.
David.
I know, it needs a lot of work, but...
It's a lovely gesture, Scooter.
It's going to be as good as new when I'm finished, though.
I'm sure you're very good with your hands.
You'd have to ask Sarah that.
David, clear the plate.
Mom!
Now. Ignore him, Scooter. He's at that age. Do you know, I had one just like this when I was a girl.
I don't know who's luckier, me or Bethany.
Oh, is that the time? Better get going, Mum. Oh, I'll just nip up and see Beth. I'll just go and get changed. Here you go.
David, are you not supposed to be going to the cinema with your dad?
Nah. Thought I'd stay here and keep you two company. That's all right with you, isn't it, Scooter?
Yeah.
David, do you like living?
I'll get my coat.
What is going on?
Sean has been beautifying us. Welcome to the palace of physical delights, where women become women and boys can only dream.
Look, Shell's gone to a health spa, so we thought we'd have one of our own.
Hey, Jay, whip off your top tiger and I'll give you a chest wax.
Oi, you leave his two hairs alone.
Yeah, you're funny. Mum, what's for tea?
Oh, no, the kitchen is off limits. The only food tonight is food for the spirit and for the soul.
I wasn't talking to you. Mum, I'm hungry.
Well, look what's in the freezer.
Oh, you'll do no such thing. Look, if he's hungry, he can make something for himself.
Oh, go on, I'll do it. We don't want Captain Caveman whipping his club out. Actually, second thoughts. What do you fancy?
Not you, that's for certain. Look, I'm getting a bath.
I'm sorry, but I think we might have killed the bathroom.
Oh, I'll come and clean it for you.
Oh, forget it, eh?
Where are you going?
Out!
Jason, don't be like this.
Yeah, join the party.
It's your party, not mine.
Do you mind if I join you?
Oh, it's a free country.
Oh, try telling Fred that the way this tastes, he should be giving it away.
Well, you can always drink somewhere else.
Mum and Dad set the date today. I can't believe they're getting married again. Sorry, you probably don't want to hear about people getting married. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Well, it's fine. So she's taking you to the cleaners?
Tracy!
What's concerned, Steve?
You're loving this, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
Why? You've got everything you want, haven't you? Karen's gone, we're getting divorced. I mean, let's crack open the champagne, shall we?
You still love her, don't you?
Josh, you okay?
He's fine. Ashley.
Now then, Ashley, Claire, I've got somewhat very important I want to ask, and I won't take no for an answer. How do you think about making today's adventure into a permanent arrangement? Now, I know you'll need some training,
I
Claire.
don't believe
but
this. If you two think you can plan my life
You haven't
for me...
said a word to me, Dad, honest.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. There was a message on the phone for me. I've got a job interview on Monday with Mr. and Mrs. Simmons.
I might have spoken out of turn, but Ashley only want what's best for you.
I think I'm the best judge of what's best for me.
I'm scared, that's all. I don't want you falling in love with another family.
And you really think that's going to happen again? Actually, falling in love with the father, it's not part of the job description. Besides, I think Mrs. Simmons would have something to say about that. I love you. I'll never love anyone else. It's not possible. Ashley Peacock, I don't believe you sometimes.
That makes two of us.
I'm sorry for flying off the handle, Fred.
Nay, lass, it was my fault. It was me going
I feel
in
bad
both.
going out now.
No, we'll stay here, Dad, have a drink with you.
Nonsense. You two get out, enjoy yourselves.
Why don't you go with them, Fred? I'll mind the pub.
I can't ask you, Charlie.
I'm offering. Besides, you gave Shelley the time off. My way of returning a favour.
She's a very lucky lass, is that, Sherry?
You keep reminding her of that, pal.
Bathroom's clean if you want to use it. Oh, just keep it down, will you? They're asleep.
Yeah, well, it's my house as well, you know. Look, Violet, I just wanted to take you out tonight.
Am I supposed to be psychic? Why didn't you just ask?
Yeah, well, last time I looked, you were too busy with Sean.
Yeah, well, he knows how to treat a girl.
'Cause he is one, that's why.
I can't work out whether you are jealous or homophobic or just insecure. I mean, you might be all three.
I just wanted to spend time with you, that's all.
We live together if you hadn't noticed.
Yeah, well, it doesn't feel like that.
What? Do you want me to just ignore Sean and Eileen? Is that it? Just lock myself in my room till you say it's all right to come down? Well, you don't own me, right? Nobody does. Jason, just grow up, because this whole thing you've got going on is not working for me.
Oh, God. Violet!
Scooter?
Sorry.
No, not until you tell me what's bugging you.
It's just, it feels a bit weird, that's all. Everyone clearing out so we can be alone.
So?
Your mum arranged it. Don't you reckon that's a bit of a head job?
No, because she knows how important you are to me. What now?
Look, my Uncle Roy, he works on a farm, right? And they've got this prize bull called Gordon.
Gordon.
Don't ask me why. The thing with Gordon is he can't, you know, do it with the cows in the field. So they put him in the barn, get all the other animals out, and when it's nice and quiet, like, they bring in the cows, one at a time.
So you're telling me you feel like Gordon?
No.
A prize bull? You fancy yourself, don't you?
I'm just saying it's a bit like how this feels.
You mad you know that?
Mad about you. Do you, want to go upstairs?
Why don't we start down here and work our way up?
Violet, he's dozy about you.
Then he has to accept who I choose to have as friends.
Why? You go out with someone, you inherit them mates. It's how it goes. Doesn't mean you have to be best buddies with them. It's even harder when you can see these so-called mates aren't all they make themselves out to be.
Can we go now?
Do you think we should wait a bit longer?
Oh, sweetheart, it's lovely you're giving them some space, but don't give it them on a plate.
OK. Night, Charlie.
Good night, ladies. You going to be all right getting home?
Oh, yes, we'll be fine, thanks.
Look, I know Jason's a bit backwards when it comes to certain things, but that doesn't make him a bad person. It's hard enough for him to deal with his brother without Sean yanking his chain the whole time.
Sean doesn't mean anything by it.
Yeah, but does Jason know that? Maybe you need to think about it, eh?
Can I stay here? I just can't face seeing him tonight.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Shelley won't mind.
Shelley isn't here. Let me ask you something. What are you seeing, Jason?
I don't know. Quite honestly, right now, I haven't got a clue.
Yes, you do, Violet. Well, I'll tell you what he sees in you, shall I? You're not like everyone else around here. You're an individual. You think for yourself. I saw that the first time I met you. So did Jason. Before he met you, everything was black and white for Jason. He knew where he was going. He knew what he wanted. Now he needs a map.
What, and you think I've got one?
No one does. That's what love's all about. But sometimes you have to give each other directions.
long you been home?
About half hour.
Where's Scooter and Sarah?
You really didn't have to walk me home, you know. I'm a big girl now.
Just pretend you're taking old Codger out for his nightly stroll.
Thanks, you know. Me and Jace.
Forget it. Who knows? Maybe you'll do the same for me and Shelley one day.
Things okay between you two?
Never better.
Look, I know it's not my place, but is this about Sunita? Only earlier you said something about friends and them not being...
Good night, Violet.
Charlie,
Jason will be worried about you.
Night.